That makes perfect sense if you ask me. I'm like, if you can't pay for the hospital card, how can you put the hospital bill? That makes sense to me. So, guys, let's get one thing straight. You don't need to be a genius to know that the Ghanaian economy is hard. I mean, you can tell by how things are going in the country. It's devastating for a lot of people. You call back home and ask how the economy is going, and they hit you with the don't you dare come back home, Kelvin. Stay wherever you are. The economy is not good. Don't come back home. It's even harder for those who don't have it. When I say it, you know what I mean. Money. People who are poor, people who are harder, people who are broke. This video should have been done a while ago, but hey, better late than never. Back when I was in Ghana, I used to do night duties, and the thing with the night duties is that at the hospital, night duties are fun when there are not a lot of patients, but when there are a lot of patients, it's very gory. When I say gory, I mean bloody. Accident victims coming, gunshots, people that fought and got injured, various kind of bloody scenes happen in the hospital. Like, those are the cases you tend to receive in the night. So one time during my night duty, a pylon rider and the main rider, when I say a pylon rider is whoever sits behind the motor rider. There's a main rider and a pylon rider. That is, if there are two people on the bikes, the main rider who steers the gear and who controls the bike, and the pylon rider who sits behind the main rider. So a guy brought two people to the hospital. One was the main motor rider and a pylon rider. They were both involved in a motor accident and they were injured pretty badly. They were bleeding all over the place. So as normal hospital protocol, they had to do the hospital card. So the nurse told the guy who brought them in that, hey, do a hospital card for these two people whilst we attend to them. We are attending to them, washing the wound, just basically giving the basic first aid treatment to these people, to these patients. And when the guy who left to do the hospital card came back, the nurse asked him, hey, can I have the hospital card, please? He said he didn't do it. And this came as a shock because it's basic protocol in the hospital. You need to do the hospital card and they register the patients into the system and treatment continues. But he didn't do it. And they asked, why didn't you do it? He said when he went to the counter to do the hospital card, they told him the hospital card was around 50 cedis, more or less. And he didn't do it because he couldn't pay for it. He thought, hey, if we can't pay for hospital card, which is 50 cedis, how will you be able to pay for the treatment of my friends that I brought in? So he told the friends that, hey, let's get out of here because we can't pay. And they followed him and left. This actually struck me because I was witnessing this thing and I was like, damn, if I was in this guy's shoes, what would I do? And it makes perfect sense because if you don't have money to pay 50 cedis for hospital card, how will you be able to pay for the treatment? That makes sense. And this is the dilemma for a lot of people in Africa or Ghana. Let's make one thing clear. A lot of people do not go to the hospitals not because they are scared of doctors, it's because they are afraid they can't fit the hospital bills. It's more so for people who don't even have health insurance, and these people didn't have any of that. The economy is hard. It's going to be hard for a long time. That is what I believe. It's going to be hard for a very long time. If you are poor, if you are broke, if you are hard up, take good care of yourself. I'm not saying you shouldn't have fun. I'm in no way, shape, or form saying if you are poor, you shouldn't have fun. But the thing about Africans or Ghanaians is that we tend to have the you only live once mentality, or that mentality, or what can come mentality. So we tend to sometimes live recklessly, especially when it comes to issues pertaining to our health. We tend to take our health for granted. This is not to say this particular incident was brought about by the patient and his friends living recklessly. This is not what I'm saying. But the point is this: if you do not have any money, which I know a lot of people wouldn't have in this current economic crisis in our country, you will not have a lot of money to pay hospital bills. So please, please, please take good care of yourself. Take good care of yourself. You can't live selfishly, because a lot of people have people depending on them. You have families, you have kids depending on you. You can't live recklessly, especially when you can't pay hospital bills, when you don't even have health insurance. Take good care of yourself. Will the economy become better? Hey, who knows? Maybe it will, maybe it won't. But know your situation and live accordingly. Take good care of yourself, man. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe for more contents like this. Peace.